Na mtazamaji, karibu tena kwenye taarifa za mbiu ya KTN na shukrani za dhati kwa kuendelea kuwa nami. Katika makala ya utalii wa jiji juma hili tunaangazia mji wa Hola ambapo ndio makao makuu ya kaunti ya Taarifa iliyo katika eneo la Pwani. Je, mji huu una maana gani na historia yake ni ipi? Tobias Chanji anatusimulia kwa kina.
Makabila mawili makuu yaliyoko Hola ni kabila la Pokomo na Orma. Wote hawa wana tafsiri tofauti ya jina Hola. Wapokomo wanasema kuwa ni mshangao unaokuja kabla au baada ya sentensi, huku wa Orma wakisema Hola ni kondoo.
Kwanza zamani hapa kulikuwa mji huu unaitwa Laza. Laza ni mji wa zamani wa ng'ambo, lakini ukahamishwa ukaja mbeleni Mahono, katoka Mahono ambayo iko ng'ambo ya pili, ikaja ikawa Laza ya zamani.
Hola manake kwa lugha ya Kiorma ni kondoo.
Mji huu una historia pana, haswa kwa kuwa kiwanja cha mapigano ya Maumau kabla ya uhuru, na vilevile ujio wa missionari kama vile Dr. Kraf.
Hola cluster ilikuwa headquarter ya Kraf ilikuwa pale, na Ngao cluster from Kitere to Kipini ilikuwa Ngao.
Na pale karibu na hapa ndipo wale watu 11, ile ilikuwa ikiitwa Hola Masaka. Ilifanyika wapi? Ilifanyika hapo. Na jela ilikuwa pale, inaitwa Cross Camp. Kwa hivyo historia ya Hola, hii mji watu wengine wanaita Hola the Hell.
Nyuma yangu ni mandhari ya mji wa Hola ambao kulingana na wenyeji ni mji ambao umetulia na ni mji ambao hauna visa vyovyote kama vile vya wizi. Tobias Chanji, KTN News, makala utalii wa jiji.
Na mtazamaji, tusalie huko Pwani ambapo serikali ya kaunti ya Mombasa imetangaza kufungwa kwa jaa la taka la Kibarani. Sasa taka zote zitakuwa zinapelekwa katika eneo la Mwakirunge, huku upande wa Likoni taka hizo zikielekezwa katika maeneo ya Shonda. Francis Mtalaki ana maelezo zaidi.
Kwa zaidi ya miaka 50 wakazi wa kaunti ya Mombasa wamefahamu Kibarani kama jaa la taka ambalo limekuwa likitumika, lakini sasa ukurasa huu umefungwa kulingana na serikali ya kaunti ya Mombasa.
The county inspectorate is therefore directed to enforce this directive. The residents of Mombasa ought to be aware that we are going to have a few teething problems in this period of transition to the alternative site.
Mombasa ikiwa na maeneo bunge 6, Mvita, Nyali, Kisauni, Jomvu na Changamwe wameelekezwa katika jaa la taka la Mwakirunge, huku eneo bunge la Likoni sasa na wakazi waliokuwa karibu kushauriwa kutupa taka katika eneo la Shonda.
We are going to station a bulldozer and a wheel loader at Mwakirunge dump site from tomorrow to manage the expected increase in the volume of waste going there.
Mpango huu ni kujaribu kuipa sura mpya kaunti ya Mombasa, hasa katika eneo la Kibarani ambalo ni lango kuu la kisiwa cha Mombasa. Sasa atakayepatikana kitupa taka atakiona cha mtema kuni.
We are going to accelerate the removal of waste that is remaining in a number of illegal dump sites that we have estimated to be about 32,000 tons, and this process we are going to start it with VOK.
Kaunti ya Mombasa inaazimia sasa kugeuza jaa la taka ili kuwa bustani kwa wananchi kuja kubarizi, ila tu wakati mzozo wa ardhi utakapotatuliwa na mpango wa kuinusuru bahari utakapokamilika. Francis Mtalaki, KTN News, Mombasa.
Na mtazamaji, kutoka Pwani tubete chini kwa chini hadi Tanzania ambapo Septemba mosi mwaka huu Jeshi la Wananchi wa Tanzania jwtz litatimiza miaka 54 tangu kuanzishwa kwake baada ya kubadilishwa jina kutoka Tanganyika Rifle yani RT hadi kwa Jeshi la Ulinzi wa Wananchi wa Tanzania jwtz mwaka 1964. Taarifa kwa umma iliyotolewa leo ama hapo jana mjini Dar es Salaam na mkurugenzi wa habari wa uhusiano wa jeshi hilo Kanali Ramadhan Dogoli imesema kuwa jeshi hilo tayari limeanza shughuli mbalimbali ikiwa ni pamoja na michezo kati ya jeshi hilo na raia wa nchi hiyo, ikiwa ni katika kuisherehekea miaka ya mafanikio tangu jeshi hilo lianze shughuli zake haswa katika operesheni za kulinda amani duniani kote.
Jeshi letu limeanza tangu kwenye harakati za kudai uhuru kwa nchi ambazo zinatuzunguka. Sasa tuchukue katika kipindi ambacho jeshi limeombwa na Umoja wa Mataifa kama mwanachama, nchi imeombwa na kwa kulitumia jeshi kushiriki kwenye operations za kulinda amani kwenye zile nchi ambazo zina matatizo ya kiusalama. Kwa hiyo ziko nchi, sisi tumeanza na Lebanon kwa hivi za karibuni, acha huko nyuma, lakini ziko kama Darfur, Sudan, Kongo, tuko South Sudan, sasa hivi tuko Central Africa. Kwa hiyo maeneo yote hayo Umoja wa Mataifa unaomba kila inapoonekana kuna hitajio tupeleke kutokana na jinsi ambavyo tunafanya kazi vizuri. Kwa hiyo tumefanikiwa sana.
Naam, mtazamaji, asante sana kwa kuendelea kutazama taarifa zetu za mbiu ya KTN. Nitakuacha hapo kwa sasa, lakini sikuachi hivi hivi tu. Nitakuacha na hotuba yake Theresa May ambaye ni waziri mkuu wa Uingereza na mwenyeji wake Rais Uhuru Kenyatta mapema leo wakiwa katika ikulu ya Nairobi wakizungumza ama wakitoa hotuba kwa vyombo vya habari. Mimi naitwa Lofty Matambo, endelea kutazama KTN News. Atujalie Mwenyezi Mungu uzima wako na wangu. Tupatane hapo kesho kwenye Leo Mashinani.
We are pleased that you found time to honor our invitation to come and to see for yourself our country and our continent that has changed over nearly 4 decades since the last UK Prime Minister visited. And we're glad that you brought with you a high-powered delegation of business leaders whom we look forward to engaging with later this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya and the United Kingdom have a long history of friendship. In speech, in government, in finance, in outlook, and in all our interests, we still show the influence of our strong history. Because of this, our priorities ought to be clear. We all wish to prosper together, so let us also do business together. We have democracy in common, and we need to defend it together. And as for our common enemies, such as terrorism, we need to fight them together. As government, we have held meetings with the Prime Minister and her delegation. And as I said, later today, we will be meeting business leaders from both sides at a business forum. Prime Minister, the bond of friendship and cooperation between our two countries has been deepened today with the signing of a number of agreements. One is a security compact that has led to increased support from Britain with equipment to enhance border and aviation security, capacity building and information sharing between our two countries. The second is the framework on the return of assets from proceeds of corruption and crimes in Kenya. Some of you here may already be aware that we signed a similar agreement with Switzerland, and we are now glad that the UK is also fully on board. This is because fighting corruption is an important aspect of my own legacy program, together with the unity of the country and the attainment of our big four centered around investment in housing, manufacturing, security, food security, and universal health. Depriving people, therefore, of the proceeds of their crimes is one major detriment against this vice, and we are determined to make it painfully unrewarding and expensive to get involved in corruption in Kenya. As I have said, in this fora and others, there is no turning back in Kenya on this agenda. We have also had the opportunity to discuss other matters of bilateral interest, including market access to the United Kingdom for Kenya after Brexit, and we welcome the Prime Minister's assurances that the current duty-free quota for Kenyan exports will continue after Brexit. We also discussed around the UK and broader Commonwealth issues, and we indicated that Kenya will be pressing for an increase in exports on the basis of a fair market arrangement with a view of a mutual win-win arrangements within the Commonwealth. We also agreed to continue cooperation in security matters and in the war against terrorism. And as you know, this is an area where both the United Kingdom and ourselves have worked closely on, and as a result, we have seen a diminishing of terrorist threats in our region that still remains vulnerable. We also welcome the United Kingdom's commitment to to support AMISOM, and we call on other members of the international community to also support this important mission at the vanguard of security in our region. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also speak on our shared commitment to grow opportunities for our young people from both our countries. And in Kenya, we have committed to increasing opportunities with our vocational training colleges, and we have asked the United Kingdom for support in ensuring that this remains a success. With a huge youthful population, our focus has to be ensuring that our youth remain to be a dividend for our country. Lastly, I take this opportunity to also encourage British investors to look at the opportunities with our Big Four program. They are indeed immense, and considering the returns from markets such as ours, any investment here is guaranteed to benefit both the investors and ourselves. These opportunities are also there within our blue economy, and we have also agreed on how the United Kingdom can support our Blue Economy Conference in November this year. But let me say that these will include issues around landing facilities for deep-sea fishing, shipbuilding facilities, fish processing, packaging facilities in various parts of our country. So once again, Prime Minister, let me thank you for taking time to visit us in Kenya, and we look forward to continuing to strengthen our relationship and partnership between our two countries. Welcome, Prime Minister, and once again, it's happy to have you with us.
Thank you, Mr. President, for hosting me today and for your very warm welcome to Nairobi. And I'm delighted to be paying my first visit to Kenya, indeed the first by a British Prime Minister for 30 years. Like the many thousands of British tourists who come here every year, I'll take away unforgettable memories of this country's vibrancy and its beauty. And Kenya holds a special place in the hearts of the British people, and our countries share, as you have said, a long history that has left us deeply connected to one another. Indeed, of course, it was here that our monarch learned she would become queen. But the relationship we hold is about much more than those deep historical ties. And today we've looked to the future, to a renewed partnership that will unlock the incredible potential of the next generation to benefit both our countries. And we've agreed to build on the strong foundations of our relationship as we step up our cooperation to secure the prosperity and security that our people need and deserve. We discussed today how the UK can work with you as you take forward your Big Four agenda to transform Kenya, aligning our expertise, our investment and our aid behind that vision. The UK is already the largest foreign investor in Kenya, and I've set out this week our ambition to be the G7's #1 investor in Africa by 2022. So as Britain prepares to leave the European Union, we're committed to a smooth transition that ensures continuity in our trading relationship with Kenya, ensuring Kenya retains its duty-free, quota-free access to the UK market, and to building on our strong trade and investment ties to create even more opportunities for our businesses and for our consumers. Mr. President, yours is a country of huge opportunity, in a continent of dynamic young people who have the potential to play a transformative role in driving Africa's growth in the years ahead. Together, we will make sure the next generation of energetic, ambitious Kenyans can get good, well-paid jobs so they can contribute to Kenya's long-term prosperity. That's not just good for Kenya, it's good for the UK too. And we'll work with you and with governments across Africa to make sure your young people have the skills that business on the continent need to drive economic growth. This is a partnership for opportunity, but it's also a partnership for our shared security and stability. And today we discuss the work we're doing together to make both our countries and the world more secure. Already, British terrorists and child abusers are in UK jails because of our cooperation. This afternoon, we have signed a new compact that will see us expand our joint work on security even further. The UK is no longer just training our own military in Kenya, but training with Kenyans to promote stability in East Africa and beyond, and to build the continent's capacity to overcome its own challenges and deliver its own security. And later today, I will see our militaries training together in the techniques to identify and destroy improvised explosive devices. The UK continues to support the commitment of the brave Kenyan soldiers fighting in Somalia against Al-Shabaab, and I will announce a new package of funding to support the African Union mission in Somalia. And Mr. President, I was glad to hear you call for a transition from peacekeepers to stronger Somali security forces. This is what the UK wants too, and as we work towards this, we're leading international efforts to ensure AMISOM has the funding it needs to support its vital battle against terror. We also spoke about the pernicious effects of corruption in Kenya, and I welcome the commitment you've made to drive this vice from your country. We stand with you in this fight. And today, as you say, we signed an agreement to ensure that any proceeds of corruption in Kenya that end up in the UK will be given back to the Kenyan people and spent for their benefit. I also welcome, Mr. President, your commitment to political reconciliation in this country. The UK stands ready to support an inclusive building bridges process as you work to further strengthen your democracy and your institutions. Mr. President, as I conclude my visit this week to some of the UK's most important African partners, I've reflected on the role my country can play in partnership with this vibrant continent in the future. As I've said this week, I want to ensure that the UK's relationship with Kenya and with Africa is more and more about private investment, about doing business and making the most of commercial opportunities together. Here, as elsewhere in the continent, we're using our aid and our investment partnerships to lift countries out of poverty, spread stability, and create jobs and prosperity for the future. The UK and Kenya are two strong, diverse countries. We are partners in the Commonwealth and global hubs, open to the world. We thrive because of the entrepreneurship and innovation of our people, the strength of our democracies, and our shared values. Our cooperation today makes our people safer, more prosperous and more secure, here in Kenya and in the UK. Mr. President, I will leave Nairobi excited by the huge opportunities of Kenya and of this continent, and I look forward to working with you in the years ahead for the benefit of both our countries. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen of the press, you'll have the opportunity to ask the President of the Republic of Kenya 2 questions from the Kenyan media, and then the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom will also receive 2 questions from the UK press. We'll begin with the Kenyan press. 2 questions, please, directed to the President of the Republic of Kenya.
Good afternoon. My name is Leila Mohammed, and I was hoping to address both the Prime Minister and President Uhuru Kenyatta. Welcome to Kenya, Madam Prime Minister. When Margaret Thatcher came to Kenya, the Land Rover was an integral part of Kenyan society. And when I speak about the Land Rover, Britain was a very big trade partner with the country. Now, things seems to be waning. Do you feel by coming to Kenya at this particular time when Africa is looking more into East and Asian countries, especially China, for trade and development projects, do you feel like you're catching up or you're rekindling your business interests within Africa? And President Uhuru Kenyatta, you have just been from the United States. You're today hosting the United Kingdom, and you will be heading into China. How will you balance between your traditional partners and your future prospects looking east? My second question to you will be, Kenya will be looking to become a part of the United Nations Security Council, and they will be looking into Britain, the United States, and China, who are key partners within the United Nations. Will you be seeking the United Kingdom's support when you will be going for that vote in 2019? And Prime Minister Theresa May, will you be ensuring that you give Kenya that all-important support when their time comes calling on your door?
This is KTN News.